Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. As you guys can see from the title of the video that the markets are crashing today, we got deep red. We got PayPal down 20% today, NVO down 14%, ASST down 10%, Snapchat sitting down here at a 8-year low, folks. This is the lowest price Snapchat has been in 8 years, all the way back here in 2018. It is 2016, okay? 8 years ago, Snapchat was sitting at this price. Okay, so some of these names are just at stupidly ridiculous levels. Nothing makes sense right now. It's not supposed to make sense. I've been telling you guys for about a week, the best thing to do sometimes is just sit on our hands and wait to see how things shake out. Something weird that I'm seeing in crypto is a lot of names are holding their daily alerts right now. So in most cases, markets look like they're going to die before they absolutely rip to the upside. So no stance changes. If we were bullish last week, we should be just as bullish this week if you guys are following along with our strategy. I posted this on Twitter today. Does this look like a bottom or a top for altcoins? So what we are looking at here is the others chart. This is the total market cap of crypto excluding the top 10. So this is everything minus the top 10. You think of this as the altcoin index. So you could see that for the last 3 years, since 2023, okay, when this wave is down here, given a green dot, it is time to buy. It was time to buy here in 2024. It was time to buy here in 2025. It was time to buy here back in 2023, okay? All of those signals resulted in big moves to the upside. This one wasn't that big here this last year, but these ones were massive. Okay, this is when altcoins are going 3, 4, 5x. So again, it's very easy to get emotional on days like today. It's very easy to make a rash decision on days like today because you feel defeated, right? But this is right where the market wants you. Markets dip, guys. Look at this dip we had from December of 2024 down here to April, right? That was a 5-month dip going down, 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 down. Markets topped out here. Altcoins topped out here in September, August. We were selling our altcoins right here. We sold our Ethereum, okay, up here at around $4,000 to $5,000. It topped out. Okay, and now it's selling off. Okay, we are capitulating. We are capitulating. So what I'm doing, and again, I am not a financial advisor, is I am just sitting on my hands until we get the next signal here. The signal is going to come. The bottom is going to come. Again, it looks really ugly first before it gets better. And right now, Ethereum is just sitting right back here at the June lows. Okay, right back here at the June lows. So June was about 7 months ago. From today, we went from 2,000 up to 5,000. So what does that tell you, right? Support is, right? And you even had support at this level right here back in September of 2024. So what is support? Does anyone actually know what support is? Support is when buyers step in. When a price gets to a level and the buyers take control. They say, okay, we're not going any lower. The buyers step in, they take control, and it goes back up. Now, I'm not saying that Ethereum is going to do that here, but since there was 2 times in the last 2 years, in the last 3 years, that we have bottomed in this area, okay? So right now, right, we're down here. I think we can all agree on that, right? Is it logical to sell down here, okay? If this was the bottom, is it logical to sell right now? Absolutely not. It was logical to sell up here, right, in September, August, right, when we had this red dot. Again, if you guys are familiar with our strategy, it's simple. It doesn't change today. It doesn't change tomorrow. It doesn't matter if we're red or green. It stays the same, okay? Down here is when there has been capitulation. Down here is when the markets have sold off really hard, okay? Ethereum is now down from its previous top at 5,000 all the way down here. It's down 57%, folks. There was people buying up here. Okay, I can't tell you how many people were asking me if this was a good time to buy Ethereum up here at 4,000 to 5,000. Now we're at 2,200. I don't have one person asking me if it's a good time to buy Ethereum. Why is that? It's the psychology of the market. People are fearful. People are scared. There's blood in the streets. What does Warren Buffett say? The greatest investor of all time? Buy when there's blood in the streets. He doesn't say panic sell when there's blood in the streets. He says buy when there's blood in the streets. And if you don't got any money to buy, you sure as hell don't want to sell, right? You should be selling. You should be holding. Okay, if you guys have been around crypto for a while, a 20% drop is not a big drop. Okay, if you can't withstand a 20% dip, do not trade crypto, especially do not trade altcoins, because These markets move like crazy. I mean, you could see back here, Ethereum went up right here, 40% in 1 week. Okay, we can recover all of our losses from the last couple of weeks when we started buying here in a month. I mean, it could be all right back. It could be back next week, right? There's no way to really tell. All we have to do is look at the sentiment right now. We have to say, hey, are people having a good time? Are people bullish? Are people screaming buy, 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 buy? No. Okay, just go look at any of my Twitter comments on videos, right? People, I wouldn't say there's that much panic, right? I mean, we're down, obviously, to start the year. Like, we've been buying since December when we got these signals. Okay, I'm down 20 to 30% on a lot of my altcoins. Okay, like Link, like Dot, all these names, right? But is it logical, right, to sell down here? No. And again, we look at the data, right? The data tells us this is where the buyer stepped in for Chainlink. Okay, look at that. We bounced right there in 2024. Okay, every time this thing comes down here, it's time to buy. Now, this isn't a day trading signal, guys. I just as much as you want a signal to come, and I want it to 10x the next day. I want it to go up 1,000% the next day. I want that. I want it, okay? Just as bad as you, but it's not realistic, okay? Getting rich quick is not a thing. Unless you hit the lotto, but you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning. So it's just something we have to withstand. Sometimes the market will trade the other way, okay? We can't control the prices, right? All we can do is use our indicators to get in around the bottom, okay? Or we want to get in around the bottom. And another indication of why I think we're down here in despair, guys, is you simply just have to look at the fear and greed index on CoinMarketCap, okay? We are currently sitting at an all-time low, okay? Well, it's at 15. 15 was the other day. Okay, the yearly low was 10. But you guys get my point. We're in extreme fear. Extreme fear is below 20. Okay, this means that retail is selling. They're panicking. People are screaming, right, it's over. It's over. The sky is falling. If you've been around the markets, folks, this happens. This kind of sentiment happens. It actually happened back here in April. If you guys were around the channel in April, okay, like I showed you guys on the chart here, okay, in April, okay, where was Chainlink in April? Chainlink was right here, April 2025. That fear and greed index I showed you, that was the all-time low. Well, where were we? We were at $11, $12. Okay, it went all the way up to 30 from April to August. This was a huge trade for us last year. We made almost 200% on that trade. Okay, and we're right back down in the fear territory, right? Look at this. We're in support. Again, what is support? Support is where the buyers step in and take control. Okay, this can happen in a month. Look at this move. Okay, this move right back here. This is how fast altcoins can move. This move right here at $10 all the way up to 30. Again, that's a 200% move. That's 3xing your money. Okay, that happened in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, all the losses from here to here over that 5-month drop erased in 4 or 5 weeks. Completely erased, and you made some. That's if you bought the top back here. Okay, and you rode it all the way down from 20 all the way down to 8. Okay, if you bought here, you actually made money up here. Okay, but you could see how fast those moves happen in altcoins. And again, if you can't withstand a 20% dip, do not trade altcoins. Just go trade the SPY or the QQQ. Okay, these things don't move as heavy. These things clearly don't move as heavy. But again, if you look at the SPY back in April when everyone was panicking, this is when you should have been buying stocks. Okay, I don't think we've seen the panic in stocks yet. I don't think we've seen the sell-off or the bottom. I would not be buying, right, a lot of these big name stocks in the S&P 500 now. You guys actually follow my trades. I actually doubled my position on SOXS today. So SOXS is a bearish semiconductor ETF. I dropped a TikTok on this today. I think this is one of the best hedges to the downside right now. Why? Well, because we got a weekly dot there, and we also have a monthly dot showing up here, which is a short signal. SOXL is the inverse of SOXS. So you buy SOXS if you think semiconductors are going down. So semiconductors like NVIDIA, look where NVIDIA is. It's got a red dot. Okay, MACD's pointing down. Everything's pointing down, right? So what am I doing to short NVIDIA? I am playing SOXS. And another reason why I took this trade, because SOXL, and we called this one out back in April as well. Okay, this is the bullish Okay, if you were bullish on semiconductors, if you thought they were going up, you would buy SOXL. If you think they're going down, SOXS. And I'm just using XOXS as a hedge to the downside. So if the chips do sell off, like if stocks do sell off really hard here, right, go down, okay, SOXS is going to rip, okay, just like it did back here in April. Again, where was the low? The low was in April of 2025, right, on the SPY on stocks, right? April was down here. We went from 600 down to 480. Well, where was SOXS? SOXS was up here at 50. SOXS went up from 16 all the way to $53. Okay, and what do we get? We got a sell signal right there. So we use short positions as insurance, okay, in case the market does go the other way. Okay, we're going to make money to the downside when stuff sells off. We're going to sell the short up here, and then we're going to take our capital and we're going to rotate into longer positions. So if SOXS goes on another move like this, okay, and again, the stocks could sell off where there's no way to be certain. I'm more bearish now on stocks than I was yesterday, just because, again, look at SOXL. So the weekly chart on this, look where it's at. What do we got here? We have a double top. Okay, we called SOXL out right here in April at $6 to $8. Okay, that was our buy signal. Okay, and what do you get now? A red dot. That is a sell signal. So when SOXL goes down, okay, like this, okay, SOXS, which is the bearish ETF, goes up, and this thing's sitting at 2. So I doubled my position on that today, and those Bitcoin puts that we bought on last Friday's stream are absolutely ripping. They're up about 87%. Now, why did we short Bitcoin last week? Well, it wasn't magic fairy dust. It was simply the red dot here. So again, if you see a red dot, you can put a short position on and you could short it lower. So if it goes lower, you're going to make money to the downside. And once we bottom out, once the green dot comes back, you can sell your short position and rotate into a bullish position, right? Because long term, right, these names like Chainlink, I think they're going back up here to 30, even 50, even possibly $100, right? Just because of their technology and their pull they have on the market. Okay, it's down here at $10. This is the lows, right? This is where the buyers step in. This is where the buyers are holding the price up. So it doesn't make logical sense to sell down here. Again, I can't tell you how many people were asking me if Link was a good buy up here at 25. I mean, I had messages every day saying, is it too late to buy? Is Chainlink a good buy? Down here, nobody cares. Everyone's quit or is discouraged. This is when we want to buy, right? Indicators, data. We do everything based off of data here. It does not make logical sense to sell our positions when this wave is down here. Again, we look at ourselves like farmers. When the wave is down here, we are planting seeds. We are putting seeds in the ground. Okay, when it's up here, we are harvesting. This is harvesting season. This is planting season. So if you're selling down here, if you're digging your seeds up that you're putting in the ground every day and looking and see if they're growing, you got the wrong idea. The best thing we can do right now is sit on our hands and wait for the next green dot to come. Okay, that is what I'm doing with my portfolio. You guys obviously have free will to do with your portfolio what you will. Again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am just trading the charts and pointing out this information that is available to everybody. So again, if you didn't short Bitcoin, I actually said I was going to drop the price of my options course over here on Discord. If you guys want to learn how to short the market and buy puts, okay, I dropped the options course by 80%. Okay, my trading course is free. The DeFi course is free. Tons of free content over there. The only reason I charge for the options course because I believe it is an advanced way of investing. Right? It's not necessarily for a beginner, but it is information that is helpful if you are wanting to learn how to buy and sell stock options with our strategy. So what are we doing today? We're answering chart requests. So if you guys got chart requests, go ahead and drop them in the Discord here. Yeah, Google is short? Yeah, I was looking at Google today. Look at it. Okay. Once again, I covered this I dropped a TikTok on this today as well. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to the mean. So what is the mean? The mean is the average. The mean is the average price, right? So how do we know when we're investing if we are getting a a fair price, we need to buy at the average, right? The average is the key, right? That tells us, right, gives us a marker of where we're getting a fair price. So one of my favorite moving averages to use on a weekly chart is the 50-week moving average. That's this white line. Okay, that's the white line you see on the chart. And again, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can download them over here inside of the Discord under the trading indicator tab right here. Okay, just click on this link. If you have questions or need support, my email's right there. But again, that white line is the 50 EMA. So think of this as the mean. So what is the 50 EMA? It is the average price over 50 weeks because we're on a weekly chart. Okay. If we are sitting this far off of the average, off of the mean, that means we are trading at a premium. And right now, Google is trading at a 26% premium if you are using that moving average. So that's like going to the grocery store and buying your groceries up 26%. It's not a good thing to do. And they got earnings coming out tomorrow. So yes, I would be short Google. Again, we buy down here. This is not a season when we're looking to buy. I am not worried about big tech right now. I do not care about big tech. Yes, it's going up in the short term, but we're not short-term traders. If you guys would have bought Google when this signal came back in April, okay, that was at $150. You are up over 100%, 130% if you're still holding. Okay, I probably would have sold this red dot right in here around 250. That's still a really good trade. Okay, but right now, yeah, I would be short Goog. I would be short Google for sure. I see one for Mara. Mara's got to be getting killed here. 873. So we're coming down in here to 2023 support. So another thing you got to think about right now, guys, is looking at these levels, right? I can look and see based on the data, right? Everything we do here is backed by three things: logic, data, and discipline, right? Nothing makes sense right now in the markets, okay? Nothing makes sense, okay? Good news, markets go down. Bad news, markets go up, okay? It's just the way the market is right now. But based on the data, right, these names, right, like Mara, okay, it's at a 3, October 2023 is when it was this low last time. Okay, you can see back here, October 2023. So it's now February of 2026. That was about 2.5 years ago. So you're buying at a 2.5-year low right now, the lowest price in 2.5 years, meaning anyone who's bought in the last 2.5 years is either even or they are down on their position. So you just got to think of things like that in regards to the charts, because again, we're not trying to get rich quick. This move does not happen overnight. Okay, but what we can see is the demand zones where the buyer stepped in. The buyer stepped in right there at $8. It's sitting at $8.74. Okay, but if you believe in Mara that it's going back up because it's a good company and they got earnings and so on and so forth, you need to believe in your project that you're buying. If you don't believe in what you're buying, you're going to get shaken out, because you don't have conviction that it's going higher. But if you believe in Mara, you should think it's going back up here to 24 to 30, because again, this is where it bounced to. Okay, and again, this isn't the first time it's been down here. But my question to you is, let's use 28 as a marker. Okay, is it really going to matter on Mara if you buy it at $8 or buy it at $9 if it goes back up to 28? Do you think you're really going to care if you buy it at 9 or buy it at 8? I mean, 9 to 8 is a 15 to 20% dip, right? That's this little dip we see right here. These last 2 weeks, that's 20%, guys. This little 20% dip right here, that's 20%. Okay, a lot of people panic when they're down 20%, and it makes sense, but that is a market correction. Okay, so we're using technicals here. Where I would buy Mara is on the next weekly dot. Okay, I would sit on my hands and I would wait for the weekly dot and I would add to my position. But again, the question is, would it matter if it goes back to 28, right? You should have conviction that Mara's going back to 28. If you don't think it's going back up here to this range, you shouldn't be buying it. Okay, good quality companies go up over time. Okay, so it won't matter if you buy it at 8 or 9 if it goes back to 28. That's the point I'm trying to make. This little 20% dip that's shaking some of you out, okay, look at the chart. That is the tiniest little move on a macro chart. We're focused on the macro. A lot of people are looking at the hourly, the 4-hour, right, the smaller time frames, the 15-minute chart. Oh my God, right? That dip looks awful. But this dip on a weekly chart looks like this, that little tiny candle right there. Okay, so I think Mara's going to do well. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff coming out on Bitcoin. I'm not going to lie about the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, him being a potential founder of it, or one of the guys that did found it. Like, that's a little weird to me. I personally don't own any Bitcoin. I never have. I don't think I've ever bought Bitcoin, but I am short Bitcoin. So if you believe in Mara, which is a Bitcoin miner, okay, I would wait for the next weekly dot there. I see one for SUI, SUI. Still down here. Still down here at $1. Again, we bought this at around, I think we bought it at around 140 and down 30 cents. Again, that was a brutal week last week, a 20% drop. But again, is it going to matter if we bought it at 130 or $1 if it goes back to 4? It's not, right? We're in planting season. So my plan on SUI is simply just to wait for the weekly. And what I found weird is a lot of these names right now on a day like today have a green dot on the daily. Do you know what I'm saying? A green dot on the daily. This is really weird. It's weirding me out right now. Okay, a lot of these names are getting a buy signal on the smaller time frame that we track. The daily is the smaller time frame we track. The daily and the 4 hours sometimes. But with the weekly way down here, okay, getting a daily dot like this, I'm a buyer. If I had more money to buy, I would just keep buying. But again, if I'm buying Chainlink up here at 12, okay, or buying it down here at 9, is it really going to matter that much in the end if it goes back up to 28? It's not, right? What will matter is if I bought here at 12 and I panic down here at 9 and sell it, and then it goes back to 28, then I'm going to hate myself, right? So according to the data, we're getting it at a very cheap price, right? A lot of these altcoins are at their 3 to 5 year lows, the lowest prices they've been in 3 to 5 years. I showed you guys Snapchat. Snapchat's at an 8-year low right now, the lowest price in 8 freaking years. Okay, so that means anyone that's bought in the last 8 years is even or down on the position. So again, thinking of things in regards of logic is not easy to do on days like today when things can be very emotional, right? Because you've just watched your account go down for the last 2 or 3 weeks, right? It's been a brutal start to the year, but there are 11 months left in the year, okay? Markets don't go down forever, okay? I just saw that there was news over here in the Discord about the markets reopening, or I'm sorry, the government. So the United States government House passes a government funding bill to end the shutdown. Right when that came out, you saw buyers kind of start to step in at these prices. Again, we try to ignore the news, but that is a bullish catalyst. For crypto, we also have the Clarity Act getting passed here soon. Okay, when the Clarity Act passes, things are going to get crazy. Okay, so that's still a bullish catalyst we have and that we're waiting for. Again, this is not a get-rich-quick strategy, folks. Again, if you bought with us over the last 3 weeks, okay, when we were getting our signals, you're down right now. Okay, everybody's down right now, right? Everybody's down. We can't control the prices. We can control our reaction to the prices. That's all we can do. That's all we can do, guys. So I see one for ETH. Yeah, we kind of talked about ETH here. Ethereum, again, we're down here at this $2,000 support level. 2,000 is a very strong round number. We just got to wait for our signal again. Again, if you bought right here at 2,700 when we got our signals, you are currently down 25%. Okay, that's a pretty big drop. That's a pretty big liquidation. It looks very familiar to what happened here. Boom. And then what happened? We bottomed, and guess what? Boom. You made money because you didn't panic sell. Okay? Like I said, best thing we could do right now if you're following the strategy is to sit on our hands. This is not a time to sell. We never sell down here. Okay? Never. Okay? If you want to sell a position and roll it into something else, that's cool too. I mean, you could do that. There's actually tax benefits to that. If you feel better about a position and you don't like a position anymore, you could sell it here at a loss, rotate it into a position you do like, and there are tax benefits to that. I'm not a tax advisor. I would talk to your CPA on that. I think there's a term for it. I can't remember what the term's called. It's like a wash trade or something like that. But again, I still like Ethereum down here. I liked it up here at 2,800, and I like it even more down here at 2,000. Okay, I didn't buy here to sell down here. So again, this happens. If you guys can't take a 20 to 25% drop, do not trade altcoins. I'm telling you, I mean that when I say that. Okay, if this is too much to bear, don't trade altcoins. Go trade a higher cap ETF. Okay, but understand that they want you to panic right now. Why is that? Because the smart money cannot buy unless you are selling. Okay, and the smart money, these are the billionaires and the people that know what they're doing, the hedge funds and stuff like that. They can't buy unless you're selling down here. They love to buy in despair. When markets are at unrest, when there's blood in the streets, right? They love to buy. And they can't buy unless you sell, okay? Because as soon as you sell, that's normally when it reverses and goes back up. So we got time, right? That's what you have to have in the markets. Some of the best investors in the world, actually all the best investors in the world, are really good at doing nothing sometimes, okay? Are really good at just waiting. Buying and selling stocks is not a fun thing, okay? I know it's made out to be that with all the influencers online, with all the girls and all the Lambos. And for me, it's not about that. It's about building generational wealth. That doesn't happen overnight, okay? That doesn't happen in days or hours. It takes years to do, okay? Years and years and years. Most people are happy with 10% a year. Okay, I mean, if you caught this Ethereum move off of our signal back here in April, it went from 1,600 up to 5,000. So if people are happy with 5 to 10% a year, you made 213% from April to August. That was a 4 to 5 month hold, and you outperformed everybody for the next few decades. Okay, because they're happy with 5 to 10%. So again, the markets it's more about waiting than it is buying and selling. Waiting is the name of the game. What else we got? Any more requests? We got some here from the Discord as well. Let me just knock some of these out. BOSL, that's a Solana staking ETF. So anything to do with altcoins, I'm a buyer of at these levels. I just think these are stupid prices. Again, if we're sitting down here in extreme fear, okay, why would we sell down that? Right? Why would we sell? The only two options we have right now are to hold or buy. Those are the only two options, okay? The time to sell is when we're up here in extreme greed. This is when the markets are roaring. This is when things are going to all-time highs. Last time we were in extreme greed was right here in November of 2024, okay? That was when the last time we got up here on the Fear and Greed Index. And again, this is not a know-all, be-all indicator, right? But it gives us an idea of where sentiment's mindset is at, right? Extreme greed is up here, okay, at $11. Or, I'm sorry, back in November of 2024. Let's go look at the chart back in November 2024. Okay, November 2024. Where was that? Right here, December, November, $4,000. Extreme greed. You should have been taking profits right here. Boom. What did it do? It sold all the way off here, down almost 67%. Okay, from there to there. So extreme greed is where we want to consider, right, taking our profits. We're in extreme fear right now, right? This part of the market, this kind of market is not supposed to feel good. That's why it's called despair. Okay, it's not sunshine and rainbows and everything's just going up and away. No, it's despair. It's called despair for a reason. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make sense. It hurts, right? You ever been in despair before? You ever been through something in life where it just sucked? Okay, the market does not. What did I say today? I had a quote here on Twitter. Let me full screen that. Let me see here. Maybe not. Bada bing, bada boom. What did we say on Twitter today? This quote stuck with me today. It said, where did it go? I can't even remember what it said. I do remember, but I don't want to mess it up for you guys here. Yeah, markets reward the discipline, not the emotional. Hold the line, okay? Emotional people lose money in the markets. Disciplined people make money in the markets, okay? If you're disciplined, you need to stick to a plan, okay? We have a plan here, okay? This is our plan. This is how we buy. This is how we sell. This doesn't change for anything. It doesn't change because the market's going down. It doesn't change because the market's going up. If you guys are new here, we do have a free trading course over here. Okay, completely free trading course right there in the trading course tab. Okay, these trading rules, it'll explain everything we do. All of our indicators, where we sell and why, where we buy and why, so on and so forth. Okay, STX is ripping. Yeah, it's still at 30 cents. Again, we got the monthly signal. Again, everyone's freaking out, and we got the biggest macro signals of all time showing up on some of these names. So if you're worried about the short-term price action, if you're worried about you know, the day to day. This strategy is just not for you. Okay, it's just not. We are not day traders here. Okay, we are swing traders. Okay, we are long-term investors. All of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. That means if we buy and something goes down the first month, guess what? We have another 5 months. Why is that? Because that is our plan going in. Okay, so we can't measure these Ethereum weekly dots that we got here back in December, right? Well, that was actually mid-December, so about a month and a half ago, right? Well, that came on December 29th. So if you bought there, it's been a month. You're down over the last 30 days 25%. So again, we have another 5 months to let this play out. In 5 months, it'll be around July. Okay, then we can see if the trade was a bust, okay, in July. And if it was, what are we going to do? We're going to continue to stick to the plan and continue to dollar cost average on the names that we want to own, okay? You probably make a lot of money at your job over the next 6 months. You probably make a ton of money going to work, and if you don't, find a side hustle. It's never been easier to make money, okay, in the world. Okay, you can go be an Uber driver, you can go be a DoorDash driver, you can go build fence, you could go mow lawns, you could go create a YouTube channel. I mean, you could do anything. And it's never been easier. With ChatGPT and AI and stuff like that, there's no reason why you can't be making money over the next 6 months if we continue to go down. I don't think we are. I think once we get this next round of weekly dots, you're going to see names up 20, 30, 40% a day. And you're going to see prices just go absolutely parabolic. Okay, and when is that going to happen? What's the exact date? I wish I could tell you. Someone asked me the other day, what would I have done if I would have known Bitcoin was going to be at 75,000 here today? Up here, right? I would have shorted it. If I know the exact date and the exact price, and I knew it was going to be at that price, I would have went all in on a short position. Okay, I would have went all in. And look where Bitcoin is. I mean, it's still down here. This is a great time to buy. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin up here at 120. People are panicking down here at 75. Okay, we're right back to where we were in March of 2025. I'm not saying Bitcoin can't go lower. My short target for my short trade that I showed you guys at the beginning of this, right? This one that's up 83%, because we can hedge to the downside using puts. You guys will learn that in that options course. You can make money to the downside, and when I hit my target, right, when the Bitcoin green dot comes back here, I can close that short position. Okay, I could take those profits and I could go long. I could go buy Bitcoin, a long position on Bitcoin. So again, all we're doing is trading the signals. We're trading the data here, folks. We're not doing anything spectacular. Okay, no strategy is 100%. Okay, the only way you can increase your chances of being right in the markets is to have patience. The longer you're willing to wait, it out, okay, the more likely you are to be right. Does that make sense? Would you guys agree with that? Okay, because if you come back here on Ethereum and you see every time that this wave was down here, based on the data, okay, you made money if you were buying down here. You made money here at 1,500. You made money here in September at 2,000. You made money here in September of 2023. You made money back here at $900. You made money back here at 140. So what are we doing? We're using the data, right? We're not using our opinion or others' opinions. We're using the charts. Okay, this chart goes all the way back to 2020. This is 6 years of data that I'm looking at. Okay, and I can show you that on the chart every time that this, if you see one, show me, because I don't see one where you didn't make money, except maybe this one right here in March of 2022. We went up from, well, we still went up from 2,500 all the way up to 3,500. That was still a 30% trade before it went back down. But I mean, you guys could see on the charts, right? This is the time to buy. The only thing that you need when you're buying down here is time. You just need the patience to wait till it goes back up. Because again, we think of ourselves like farmers. We want to plant the seeds down here, right? Put them in the ground. Doesn't matter what we're doing on the day-to-day if we're down, right? Ethereum's down what, like 2% today? Okay, it's down 5% today. But still, you guys get my point, right? Down here is where we're looking to buy. Up here is where we're looking to sell. I don't care what Twitter says. I don't care what the trolls say. We go off the data. That's all we do here. Okay? And we're just going to stick to our plan and continue to dollar cost average or continue to hold at these levels. Okay? If crypto's the greatest scam that's ever been happening and it goes away, all the power to it. I've been had if that's the case, but I don't think it is. We got legislation being passed in the United States government that's going to regulate the whole industry, meaning it won't be able to be manipulated anymore. Okay, and in my opinion, when that happens, when they pass the Clarity Act, when they pass all these bills, okay, that's what's going to bring the smart money, the institutional investors, the banks, because the banks want to invest in something that they're not going to, right, it's not going to be manipulated. It's something like FTX going to happen, right? There's billions and trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline right now. Trillions with a T. Okay? And if there's trillions of dollars and they're seeing these prices, I would imagine they're starting to lick their chops, right, with the amount of panic in the market. Would you guys agree? Oracle's crashing. Yeah, everything's crashing. Everything's been crashing. So again, all we're doing on Oracle, once again, you could see that it's coming into this blue line here. When's the last time we hit that? That was back here in April 2025 when everyone was panicking about tariffs. What are people panicking about today? I don't even know. Is it Epstein? Is it the government shutdown? Is it, you name it? I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that the chart says, hey, this is a good place to be buying. Okay, because that's what the data says, right? We want to buy down here. It doesn't matter if we bought it at 190 or 150. I'm looking to average down on Oracle. I just want to see the green dot first. Okay, I want to see that dot come on the chart for Oracle. So I did buy this one at around 190. I am down on the position. Okay, I am down. It's gone down for 4 weeks since I bought it. Do I care? No. Why? Because my plan is for 1 to 6 months out. I am a long-term swing trader. Okay, I like I said, I wish we could get a green dot and 10x tomorrow. I wish that was the case. Okay, if that was the case, there'd be no point in ever having to do anything because we would be right all the time, and right, you can only be wrong for so long in the market, right? People love us up here, they hate us down here. Okay, I want to buy when people are not having a good time. Okay, that's just the logic. I didn't make that logic up. That's pretty much what every investor will tell you. Every famous investor, if you go study them, they will tell you they made their money when they were buying and holding when everybody was freaking out. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. So I like Oracle at 150. I think that still looks really good. I'm looking to average down again. Where am I going to average down? We're going to average down on the signal, right? We're going to sit on our hands and we're going to wait till we get our signal, okay? That's all we're going to do. Again, nothing changes. Nothing changes in our rules. This strategy never changes. Okay, it never changes. Just like the grace of Jesus, it's always the same. Today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Okay, good and bad. Okay, good and bad, we stick to the plan. We stick to what we know. We stick to what is right. Okay, it doesn't matter if we're down 20% today. Okay, I think my portfolio is down probably around 10% today. I'm probably down around 20. Yeah, I'm down around $20,000 on my Robinhood account today, which is about 10% of the total portfolio. Okay, it's not a good day for me. Okay, down 8%. Okay, so everybody is going through pain, right? We can't control the price. We cannot control the price. Nobody can control the price. Only the market makers can. What we can control is our reaction to the price. Does that make sense? What's going on, Tom? Arlo. Will, how you doing, brother? Bobby, good to see you, man. Yeah, there's been better days in the market, folks. Again, we can't control the prices. All we can do is control our reaction to the prices. If you panic sell on every red day, guess what? You're never going to make money. Okay, and we can all agree that nothing makes sense right now. Okay, bad news, markets go up. Good news, markets go down. And you're seeing some of these cryptos are still in the green. You could see CETA's just flipped to green. So I think the market's really liking that government shutdown news that we got here. We got that news a few minutes ago, about an hour ago in the Discord here. Where are we at? Where'd it go? Okay, U.S. House passes government funding bill to end shutdown. So again, the government shutting down is uncertainty, right? Markets don't like uncertainty. They like certainty. So if the U.S. government can open back up, that's bullish. If they get their heads out of their rear ends and they, sorry, I'm just looking at this down here. If they pass that Clarity Act, I don't think the market's going to go up until that Clarity Act passes. And it could happen any day. Okay, it can happen any frickin' day. That's right. Yeah, we're winning and losing together, man. I mean, this is a lot easier to do when you're with people, right? Not by yourself, right? Because times like right now are very emotional. It's easy to get emotional and make a rash decision. When we have each other to hold each other accountable, right? That's when we win. Okay. Oh man, I read a really good verse in Ecclesiastics the other day about, I think it was Ecclesiastics 6. Let me just read it to you guys real quick. I have it saved here on my phone. Okay, this is a good verse for right now. This is why community is so important. Okay, here you go. Ecclesiastics. Let's see here. See if I can find it. Oh no, it's right here. I sent it to my pastor because I just thought it was a great. Ecclesiastic 4:10. 4:10. I think I said 6:10. It's Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes 4:10. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Okay, that's deep. Okay, that's why community is so important. That's why we have this community, right? We are here to pick each other up, not tear each other down, right? And beat our chests when we're right or wrong. Okay, we're here to pick each other up. We're here to help each other out. Yeah, we did ETH. We did Ethereum. Okay, it's right down here at support. Again, you're buying it at support if you're buying it right here. Personally, I am waiting for the green dot to be confirmed. Look at all that. Chainlink's losses are completely erased. Okay, it's only down 1% now. Okay, a lot of these other names are starting to find a bottom. Or they're not finding a bottom, but they're at least finding some buyers down here at these prices. Again, these prices are stupid. These prices are stupid. I mean, look at Uniswap, okay? Where's Uniswap? Let's draw a line over here. Look at this. All the way back here to, let's go to 2022, 4 years ago, okay? 4 years ago. Okay, lowest price in 4 years. So as all these bears are coming out, beating their chest, telling you how right they are, okay, who cares if you're right or wrong in the short term? Who cares? I am so much less concerned with being right or wrong. I don't care, okay? Because the only thing that's separating me from being right or wrong is time. It's time, okay? You give this more time, and you could be wrong now, and you could be right, right? I'm looking at data, guys. I try to think about things logically, right? I think the problem with the world today is everyone's so emotional. People are thinking so emotionally about everything. They get caught up in their feelings. There's like no logic anymore, right? Nothing in the world makes sense. You look at the news, you look at everything. Nothing makes sense. Okay? Nothing. I mean, all this news coming out about, I'm not even going to say it on here because I don't want to get banned, right? I don't want them to kick me off the internet. But I think we can all agree that things are really weird today, right? Things are very odd. Look at Chainlink going to flip green now. Okay, the Spartan Army's pumping the markets, baby. Let's go. Smash that like. Okay, 150 likes on the stream. We got 148 people here on the stream. If we can get to 150 likes on this stream by the time we sign off, I will give away. Let's go 10 Chainlink today. I'll give away 10 Chainlink to somebody down in the chat here if we can get to 150 likes. But back to my point I was making about Uniswap, right? We're looking at 4 years of data here on the chart. Does that make sense? 4 years of data on the charts. This is 4 years ago. You guys remember what you were doing 4 years ago? I don't. I have no idea what I was doing 4 years ago. I can't remember. Well, Uniswap was all the way down here at $3.50. It also hit this level right here in June, and it's now hitting it again here in 2025. That was June of 2023. So as all the bears are coming out, beating their chests, telling you how great they are, how awesome they are. And the funny thing about the bears is they never show you their short positions. For some reason, they never show you their short positions. We have a few people in the Discord telling you, coming in there, I can't remember what his name was, but telling you, he's bragging, right? He's like, I said the market was going to go down. Look, it's going down, and right? But never showing a short position. So you can't really have an opinion on the market if you're not in the game, right? A lot of people have opinions. They're not even in the game. They're not even invested, right? So if you're short, if you know the market's going down, 100% certainty. And I will tell you right now, anyone who says they're 100%, is a liar, okay? They're an idiot. There's no way to ever be 100%, okay? The only thing that separates you from being right and wrong is time, okay? If you're wrong in the short term, you're wrong in the short term. A play on stocks or crypto, it's never recorded as a loss unless you sell. So you never actually lose unless you sell. So if you're panic selling Uniswap down here because you bought right here at $5 and it went down to $4 and you're panicking because it's down 20%, well, look at that little $1 drop on the chart, okay? This thing was all the way up here at $12 and $20, right? If you're going to sell it down here at the lowest price in 4 years, it's on you. Don't listen to the noise. I don't care what Twitter says. I don't care what the bears say. It doesn't matter in the end, right? You should be fully convinced in your own head that whatever you are buying is going up, okay? You should be fully convinced. If you're not, you're going to get shaken out. If you don't believe in the companies or the projects you're buying, okay, I know what every single one of these names does in my portfolio. I know what every single one of them does, okay? I know exactly what they do. Maybe besides this ASST, the reason I bought this was because of their CEO. I actually like their CEO. He's that guy that he's that Indian guy that ran for president against Trump. I actually think he's a smart guy, and that's why I invested in his company. So there's a reason, right? I'm buying everything. I'm not buying it because it's called Fart Coin or Penguin Coin or Butt Coin. I'm buying it because of the technology. Okay, I'm buying it because of what they offer, okay, because I believe they're going to go up, right, over time. If you don't think Uniswap's going to come back to at least $10 or $8 from here, don't buy it, right? But Ethereum is one of the biggest projects on Ethereum. I'm sorry, Uniswap is one of the biggest projects on Ethereum. And again, it's at the lowest price in 4 years, guys. The lowest price in 4 years. So tell me why. Tell me why you would want to sell down here. Tell me why you wouldn't just want to wait. You know, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense to sell down here. Okay? Because again, we're going off the data. The data tells you you are an idiot if you sold down here in the past. You're an idiot if you sold right here in 2022. An idiot if you sold right here in 2023. An idiot if you sold right here in 2023, 2024, 2025. Okay? Do you really want to go against all this data? The more data, the better, right? Again, this goes all the way back to June of 2022. Okay? That makes sense? Am I making sense, or am I just not making sense? Okay? If I'm not making sense, that might be a good thing, because nothing makes sense. At least today. No, I love you guys, man. And yeah, what Bob said too. I do not trade crypto with margin. If you're trading crypto with margin, you're going to die. I mean, you're going to get wiped out. Okay? It's just the way it is. Because days like today, days like these last 2 weeks, it's awful. And that's what they're doing, is they're liquidating people who use leverage. Do you guys realize that? They are liquidating you. Okay? They can see your leverage position. They know the price where you get liquidated. What can market makers do? They can shove the price down. They have the money, the billions of dollars, to shove price down, to collect your liquidation, and to pump it right back up. That's what's happening, okay? They're getting the leverage out of the markets, okay? Does that mean we can't go lower? No, it doesn't. No, it does mean we can go lower, right? There's no way to truly tell when we're going to bottom, okay? I've never told you guys that this dot is 100%, right? It pretty much is if you look at it from a long-term standpoint, right? If you're buying down here on Solana, if you bought down here every time in history, right here in 2022, right here in 2022 again, right here in 2023, right here in 2025, you made money every time. Okay, so it's been 100% on names like Solana. Okay, it is a potential bottom. It is a potential bottom signal. And what separates you from being right and wrong is time. It is time. Okay, time is your friend in the markets. Okay, sometimes it's good to just do nothing. Okay, sometimes it is good to just do nothing. It's okay to do nothing. Yeah, what Efren said. Women lie, men lie. The data doesn't, right? The charts don't lie. Men lie, women lie, charts don't. What else we got? Let's knock out a couple of these requests out. If you guys got requests, go ahead and drop them in the chat here. I'm going to be live here probably for another 30 minutes or so. I'm just going to be answering your guys' requests. So let's go look at these losers here. PGY, again, just waiting on the green dot. Again, we want to buy. Our strategy is we buy when the blue wave is below the white line, giving us a green dot. That's where I would buy PGY. CSU, getting absolutely railed. Okay, this company looks, they're just falling off a cliff. I'd wait for the monthly on this one. Okay, we buy the monthly and the weekly dots. If you buy a weekly and it loses its level, you could either set a stop loss right there, right? You could have shorted it right here on this red dot like we did Bitcoin. So that's in free fall. What I would look for is a monthly on this one. That'll probably bottom around 2,000. We got Wix. Wix is down here at a 2-year low back in October 2023. So you're talking about a 2.5 to 3 year low right now on Wix. If you believe in the company, right, I would probably wait for the green dot on it on the monthly as well. Okay, it had the weekly. So if you took a position right here at 93, you can average in on your position when you get the monthly. So again, we're back down here at the 2022, 2023 lows. That's the cheapest price in 2 to 3 years. I don't like Wix, to be honest with you. I don't like the company. I think they're failing. There's too many competitors now. So I'm not a fan of that. I wouldn't touch it. If you want to play it, I would play the monthly. Adobe, same thing. Okay, company's just getting absolutely smoked here. But where are we at? We're back down here at the COVID lows of 2020 and 2022. So the lowest price in 5 years, in 3 to 5 years, we're currently sitting at. So again, if you believe in this company, if you believe they're going to grow, okay, look for a signal, either on the weekly or the monthly. Okay, and that's just been grinding down. That's just very ugly. Very ugly. Paycom, same thing. Monthly chart just getting smoked. Weekly chart getting smoked. Again, you had a short signal right there at around January 26th at 150. That paid pretty well, but this thing is currently in free fall. So I would wait for the next weekly or monthly signal. How are their earnings? Their earnings are decent. Not too great, though. Not really liking any of those, to be honest with you. Core's getting smoked, too. Oh, man. What a bloody mess. Okay, look at that. That's a rug pull there, down 99% from the top. So, again, you're sitting at an all-time low. You're at the lowest price ever. If you believe in this project, it's actually given a monthly signal here. Right there at the low of, well, that was 4 cents. It's sitting at what price right now? 8 cents. So you got the signal. Again, if you get the signal and you believe in the project, you got to buy it, right? We're back down here at the 2023 low. I see one for Nail. Nail was one of the only things in my portfolio up today. It's up about 6%. This is the Home Builder ETF. What I like about Nail right now is the monthly. I really like that monthly signal. It's got the weekly signal and it's got the daily signal. So this one looks really good above 54. Above 54, this looks good. This is a Home Builder ETF. So tech's getting smoked right now. Crypto's getting smoked right now. Home builders are going up. So something to take note of. I have a position on this. I'm just holding it. And I'm just watching to see what happens here. Okay, looking for a sell signal. Where we like to sell is a red dot up here in the red zone. So our target with this is up here at $100. So again, you'll learn that in the trading course if you guys decide to go take it. Again, the trading course is completely free over here inside of the Discord. So I do like Nail here. I just want to see it hold on to that $54 level. It does have a green dot here on the chart today. Yeah, 54 is the support level where we're trying to bounce. So that's one of the only things green, along with my oil and gas play, which is Oxy, OXY. That thing's grinding up as well. So once again, I'm targeting up here between 50 and 52. We're sitting at around 45. What else we got? Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat has earnings after the bell. So maybe we'll see earnings here, but again, if you believe in the company of Snapchat, it is currently sitting at an 8-year low, the lowest price in 8 years. Okay, back in 2018, it was down here at $5. It's sitting at 6 right now. It went from 5 or 6 all the way up here to 80. So once again, if you believe in Snapchat, this is the lowest price it has been in 8 years. 8 years. Okay, you're buying at an 8-year low. Okay, at an 8-year low. Are we up here? No, absolutely not, right? We're down here, okay? everyone's forgotten about Snap. It is still one of the largest social media apps out there. I've told you guys, I think they're going to get bought out. I think someone's going to buy them out, and I think their stock is going to fly when it happens. Okay, this it doesn't make sense down here. And again, the lowest price in 8 years. So if someone's like, hey, is it a good time to buy? You're buying it at the lowest price in 8 years. If Apple was at its 8-year low right now, would you guys want to buy Apple? Let's go back to 2018, right here. If Apple was down here at $37 from $269, would you guys want to buy Apple? Probably not, because everyone would be freaking out and losing their minds. But you guys get what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're buying good quality assets at their 8 to 10 year lows that you believe in, that you think it's going to go up, it's a good time to buy. Okay, it's the lowest price in 8 years, meaning everyone in the last 8 years who has bought it has lost money or has broken even. So I like Snapchat here. They got earnings after the bell. I'm watching their earnings call. I'm hoping the market gives us something here. Okay, a big beat on earnings for Snapchat would be great here. And again, 8-year lows, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that is just the lowest. I'm shocked. I am shocked that it's that low. HIMS, HIMS. Look at this one. Okay, we have gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in a row. Okay, you're probably talking about 15 weeks if you don't count this green bar, but 8 to 9, 10 weeks in a row down. Right, eventually we're going to bounce. That has not happened. This 10-week pullback. Again, each one of these candles is 1 week's worth of price action. 10 red ones in a row. Okay, I zoomed out of the chart, and I have not seen another time where we have gone down 10 weeks in a row. Okay, anywhere. There's always been a green candle somewhere. So I like HIMS. I like the stock. It's very oversold right now, very stupidly priced right now. I told you guys I was going to buy this at 30. I did. I think I bought it around 32. It's down to 25. So I'm just going to buy more of this on the next green dot here. I see one for copper. Copper's sitting at $6 again. Our time to buy was back here at around 4. I don't know. There's a lot of people very bullish on copper. I'm not a metals guy, so I don't really track this industry. But with our strategy, I would not be buying. Right? We want to buy when the wave is down here given a green dot. You missed your opportunity. Okay? If you're using our strategy, we don't chase this. I would say if you're in it, I would just use a stop loss probably at 550 there. 550 would be your stop loss level. Okay, got a red dot here. Doesn't mean that's going to automatically go down tomorrow, but it's telling you that, hey, this is a pretty overbought area from the charts. And again, we're technical traders, guys. We want to buy the low, sell the high. We want to take profits. If you don't take profits, you don't make any money. Okay, that's just how it works. So, not a big copper guy. I just watched 550. You want 550 to hold on that one. I see Pice one I bought last week as well. I bought it at 6 cents. It's down to 5 cents. I'm down a whole penny on my shares. Again, waiting for the green dot to average down. I actually did buy a little bit more here at 5 cents. But again, your average down signal is going to be that weekly signal. So again, it's not going to matter if I bought it at 5 cents or 6 cents. If it goes back to 50 cents, I'm really not going to care. Okay, regardless. I know it's easy to get caught up in this short-term price action, but if I'm buying this, I have conviction that it's going higher, right? And the only price targets I ever give are the Fibonacci zones, just because that's the data we use. You guys will learn in that free trading course over here in the Discord that we target the top of this red zone up here on the Fib. If you guys don't know what the Fibonacci is, again, I explain it all in the course. You guys can download this indicator over there in the Discord as well. But the top of the Fib in the red zone is where we want to sell. So that is between 20 and 24 cents. It's sitting at 5 cents. If it goes back to 20 cents, that is a 400% move, 3 to 400% move. Okay, so I like Pipe down here. It is a direct competitor with Chainlink. So you guys know Chainlink's my largest position. This one here is its competitor. They are gaining a little bit of market share, so I just have exposure to both. My Chainlink position's way bigger than my Pipe position, but I do have a position on this, and I do like it down here at these levels. PayPal. Yep, PayPal got absolutely smoked today. Just smoked. This is the reason I'm down so big today, because I had a pretty big investment in PayPal here. What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Nancy Pelosi happened, folks. You can't make this stuff up. Representative Nancy Pelosi disclosed a sale of up to $500,000 worth of PayPal stock. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. Thank you for all that you have done to my portfolio today. And yeah, I'm not blaming her. I mean, this is what happens on earnings sometimes. People miss their earnings. They're also getting a new CEO. So there was news today that they are announcing a new CEO. They've already picked the CEO. It's actually the old CEO of HP, but they're getting a new CEO. So normally when a company announces they're getting a new CEO, that means that the old CEO is probably selling their shares, right? They're getting out of the company. So they're dumping their shares, the old CEO, and the new CEO's coming in. So PayPal, all I'm doing right now, I'm going to wait for a little bounce on this. I'm not going to sell any this second. But if this comes back up to 50, I might trim it. But ultimately, I mean, look at PayPal. I mean, this is stupid, right? Another name, 2016 low. So you're talking about a 10-year low on PayPal. The lowest price in 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, you can't make it up. It says it right here on the chart. Lowest price in 10 years. So, again, if you're wanting to buy PayPal, if you believe in the company, you're buying it at the lowest price in 10 years. Everyone who's bought in the last 10 years has lost money or broke even since back here in 2016. Okay, again, logically, it makes sense to buy down here. Okay, does it feel right buying down here? Absolutely not. So I'm waiting for a bounce, and I might trim a little bit of my position if it get back up here to 50. I do think it'll bounce back up here to 50. But ultimately, right, a 10-year low, right, a 10-year low. And I don't think this company's cooked. They make $8 billion a quarter. $8 billion a quarter. They missed their revenue barely by 1%. And 20% sell off today. So, again, new CEO in the company, that just means the old CEO is most likely cashing out its stock, which causes the price to drop significantly. So that's my analysis on it. That's what I think is happening here. Again, I started buying this at 60, so I'm way down on PayPal. But, it's a good thing we don't go all in on one, right? We have all these other names that we own that cut into those losses. So PayPal's a big loser for me. At the moment, it is a very big loser for me. And again, I'm not making an emotional decision to sell right now today. I want to see if it bounces. I think it is going to bounce here around 40. Get back up to at least 50, and then we can think about maybe taking some off. But if anything, I'd be buying more right here. I mean, it's again, at a 10-year low. The lowest price in 10 freaking years. Look how deep the monthly wave is. I don't think PayPal's going anywhere, personally. So, SMCI, yeah, they got earnings after the bell here today. What time is it? We got earnings coming up here, so we can actually watch these earnings reports here. We have two that are in the portfolio. One is for SMCI, right? They report today. So we'll actually watch these today. We'll actually watch these here on the live. So SMCI, again, earnings. Right, earnings is always a gamble. Like you saw what PayPal did, right? Took a dump, okay? Took a dump. So SMCI could do the same thing, right? I'm long on SMCI. I actually like SMCI stock. We could hedge a little bit here if we wanted to. So let me just look at these puts real quick and see if they're expensive. $20. Are we having fun yet, folks? Are we having fun yet? So these options really aren't that cheap, or really aren't that expensive down here. I'm gonna see if I can get filled for these just before earnings, just in case it does like a PayPal, I'm gonna buy 10. No, I want to buy 20. Let's buy 25. 25 options at 0.35, or let's try 0.34, 0.36, 0.37. One sec here. I might have a play for you guys. Again, this is not something that you're going to want to go heavy on. I'm going very, very small on it because, again, if it sells off really hard, we can capitalize to the downside. Why would we think it's going down? Well, it has a red dot here. So This will just be a play for earnings in case it does get that PayPal-like sell-off. Again, we are long on SMCI, right? Because we are down here, okay? But this play would be a play to protect us against a move like PayPal. I'm actually kind of kicking myself for not shorting PayPal a little bit just because I was so heavy into it. But hey, I am not 100% trader here. So we all make mistakes, right? And we learn from them. So SMCI, I am going to short this. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we get filled here. So I'm going to play very close to the money puts. Okay, I'm going to see if I get filled here on these. But I'm buying the March 31st puts, $22 puts here. Okay, $22 puts for SMCI. So if SMCI takes a dump here into earnings, and I'm not saying it's going to, again, there's no way to truly tell, right? I am long on SMCI. I have a position already, but if we get a broader sell-off down here to 20, okay, I will cash these puts out and buy more stock. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a long put here. Again, this is for March 6th, $22. I'm going to try to get filled at 35. I'm going to try to get filled here at 35. Okay, and if I lose, if these go to zero, I'm going to lose this much money. Okay, but if it goes up, I'm going to make money on my long position because I'm holding SMCX's stock. So let's see if I get filled at 35. Not going to get filled at 35. So I'm messing with the bid and the ask just to see kind of what the market will fill. $20. $20. Let's try 0.40. Let's see if they'll fill us at 40. I'm going to buy a little less. I'm going to buy, let's do that. 25. So I'm risking $1,000 right here, right? The most you can lose is however much you put in with options. So this is a very small bet, but if this goes to $20 here, if it sells off to $20, and I'm not saying it's going to, right? You can never be sure. All I'm doing is buying insurance to the downside. My SMCI position is much larger than that $1,000 position, right? Because I bought this green dot right here. But I told you guys, I'm going to buy it at 30, and I'm going to buy it at 20. Okay, if it goes down to 20. So if it goes to 20, I'm going to make money on that put. I'm going to sell the put and then buy shares and then wait for it to go back up. I hope that makes sense. Where'd we go? So let's see if it fills at 40. Come on. Bastard. So the ask is 58 right now. They're not wanting to fill. What's 0.45? That's almost like too expensive, but yeah. So dang it, dude. I thought I could get filled at 40. Maybe I get filled at 50. That'd be about 1,200. Let's try it. If it does it, I'm probably not going to make the play. Yeah, not working out. Well, I guess we could buy it at the ask at 58. And yeah, we'll risk about 1,500. I'll do 20 of these, 20 contracts. Again, this is a play on the earnings. So I will buy 20 here at 58. That's just the ask. Maybe I can get it at 0.55. Not that it really matters. It's like $100, but there we go. So I'm filled on that position here. And again, I am more to the point of SMCI going up than it is going down. But what did I just do? I just bought insurance to the downside in case I'm wrong here in the short term. If this thing sells off to 20, right, those options could be worth $5, and I just bought them for 50 cents. So you guys just saw that here on the live. I'm not going to call that out in the Discord just because it's a short-term play. It's a short-term hedge. That's just an insurance. So we'll watch SMCI's price here. They're releasing earnings in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes they'll be releasing earnings. So we will watch that one live. And also we will be watching Snapchat live as well. Okay, I do not have a short on Snapchat, but I do have a long position. So we will see what happens. I don't think I'm going to hedge Snapchat just because, again, it's just so stupidly low right now. Like, it's way the hell down here right now. I mean, it's down to 8-year lows, right? 2018 prices here. Okay, that's the lowest price in 8 years. So I don't feel very good about shorting that. So I think I'm going to just hold on to my long position, and then we will watch SMCI and also Snapchat here live today, and we'll see how they do on their earnings. So let's just go ahead and be patient on that. They release earnings here at the bell. The market's about to close. Stock market's about to close here right now. ETH back up to 2,300. Nice. Love that. Look at that. Green candle on the week. So, yeah, 2,000 is a big level for ETH here. So, again, all we're doing is just waiting for that green dot. Yeah, there's definitely buyers stepping in at these levels. I mean, you see the bounce already. The only thing that makes the market go up or down is buyers or sellers. So, when people are buying, markets go up. When people are selling, markets go down. Okay? Is Snap tomorrow? I thought Snap was today. No, you're right. It is tomorrow. What other one was reporting today? Was it NVO? NVO reports tomorrow too. TTD? No. Okay, market's closed. So I guess we'll just watch SMCI here. See what SMCI does. See if that put is worth anything. ETH just got a 4-hour alert here. Look at that bounce on Ethereum. I mean, look at that, dude. Wow. So these prices are stupid, folks. We're gonna look back on this one day, and we're gonna be like, oh my god, that was insane. Like I can't say I've never seen this before, because it happens over and over and over again, right? But it's brutal, right? This same sentiment was the same kind of thing back here in April, right? People were just losing their minds about Ethereum back here, right? It was the laughing stock at 1,500. Nobody wanted to buy it down here. Okay, nobody cared about it. Everyone gave up. What did it do? It absolutely sky shipped. Yeah, PayPal was today. That's right. Yeah, and PayPal just absolutely clapped me today. Just brutal. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. The fact that Nancy Pelosi, that news about Nancy, that's crazy to me. So if you guys want someone to blame Nancy Pelosi. Okay? I'm just joking. I mean, it's crazy that PayPal's at a 10-year low. The lowest price in 10 freaking years. That's just wild. Nail closed pretty good today. Closed up 7%. Oxy's up. Oil and gas up pretty nicely today. So those are the two sectors right now that seem to be the only ones green. So let's see what SMCI does here. We'll just wait for SMCI. If you guys got more chart requests in the meantime, go ahead and drop them in the chat. AMD has earnings today. Okay, so we can watch AMD as well. We'll watch AMD too. Big chips, big chip companies here. AMD. We'll pull that one up too here. I do not like where chips are at. I doubled my short position on chips, so I'm hoping AMD crashes to the floor. What else we got? You guys got more requests? BLZ. BLZ. Is that a crypto? Must be. Yeah, I mean, it's down here at the lowest point of all time. So again, if you believe in the project, it's time to buy according to the indicator. Hopefully you believe in what you're buying. USAR, I would sell this one up here. I would sell it. That was the top right there at 32, it seems. Again, how do you know if we're getting a fair price? We look at the average. The average is at 16. Okay, that was a good buy signal right there at around 13. Boom, big pop. I don't like this one. I would sell the next red dot. I mean, you already got the red dot right there at around 30. If you want, set a stop loss. I would set a stop loss right here at the low, probably 20 bucks. If you want to be less conservative, 21. But yeah, just protect yourself. Again, you got a red dot up here. It can shoot up here to 36. It definitely can, but you definitely want to protect yourself here if you got in down here. Okay, down here at 10. So 20 would be where I put a stop loss. ICP. If you guys see something happen, if you guys see a stock pop off on earnings, just call it out in the chat here. ICP still hanging out down here at its lows. Again, you're talking about a 3-year low down here at 2. It was down here back in 2023, and it ripped up to 20. So if you believe in ICP, I think it's a great time to be accumulating. No, I closed my short today on silver. I closed my short today on silver. I fully closed it. I think I made around, I don't know, like $7,000 on it. And I bought more of this semiconductor bear ETF. So I'm short semis right now for a number of reasons. This is pretty much my hedge to the downside. If the markets go down, this is going to go up, and I'm going to earn on this all the way down, and then I will sell this, and I will then go long on positions. But I want some insurance to the downside right now. I just do. This is about 10% of my total portfolio. The rest of my portfolio is pretty much bullish positions. Okay, so again, 10%, I'm protected. If it goes down, I will cut into those long losses with this position. I just sold the silver short today. I sold 75% of it yesterday, but I sold the rest of it today. Again, we bought this short here at 117. It popped all the way down here to 70. I sold yesterday at the lows, so that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Now it could really go either way. I just like my chances on SOXS better than silver here. So I closed that out and I rotated into a short position on SOXS. So let's see what happens here. SMCI's up a little bit here. SMCI's up a little bit. I don't think they've announced yet. Someone said AMD's also reporting here very shortly. They also have not reported yet. So we're just going to wait for those. What else we got? We got SBET. SBET, I mean, this thing was a rug. It went up to 126 and all the way down to 7. So if you like it, I mean, it's down here at the lows, down here at the low of 2025. The weekly chart, this is a penny stock, so it just, that was a pump and dump. They call that a pump and dump. SMCI still pretty unchanged. AMD still pretty unchanged. If you guys see any results or anything, just call it out here. If you guys see it, call it out. If you see them, point them out. What else we got? Iron from, is that Tom? Iron's too high. Again, we want to buy down here. You should have bought Iron down here at $4. Okay, it went all the way up to 80. I would put a stop loss on Iron at 50 or 49. If 49 breaks, I'd sell it. 49 breaks, I would sell it. I would not be a buyer of that up there, though. Again, we want to buy down here. Okay, this doesn't come, these opportunities don't come every day. Okay, that was the first opportunity since 2023. So very rare opportunities do you get to buy down here. Okay, that's why I'm saying with all these altcoins right now, like, I mean, Uniswap, like everything is so beaten up. Like I bet you would have wished you would have bought Iron back here at $5, right? Okay, you only say that when it's up here. You're not saying it the day that you do it. You're like, I don't know, it's kind of down today. What do I do? But when you let the trade play out, right, I tell you guys, 90% of the game is waiting. Okay, about 5% is buying and selling, if that. Probably 1% is actually buying and selling. Okay, 99% of the game is being patient, waiting on the signal, waiting for the trade to play out. So you're never saying, oh man, I wish I would have bought it down here at this time. You only say that at the top. So like I said, all these names, these cryptos are at their 4 to 5 year lows. If you believe in the future of crypto, you need to be loading your truck up right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, SMCI, do something here. Okay, back to red here, back to 29. I wonder how those puts are going to do here. I mean, if it goes to 20, I'm going to make money either way, right? So I don't really care what it does. If it sells off like PayPal did, those puts are going to be worth a lot of money. PayPal was brutal, man. That one hurt, man. That one really hit me in the gut there. And the reason that is because I had such a large position on it. It smoked me. I just thought the charts, I mean, the chart is cheap, right? We're at 10-year lows right now. Yeah, I would love to see a green dot come up here on PayPal, but that is a brutal gap down there. ENPH is popping. ENPH. It's still kind of sitting in the same area. What else we got? Filecoin. Like I said, if you believe in an altcoin right now, you should be buying it down here at $1. It's at the all-time lows here. Okay, it's all the way back here. It's all-time lows. Lower than 2028 prices. So lower than the prices 8 years ago. Okay, just continuing to go down. Like I said, it could take a couple weeks for this thing to come back up here at 6. I mean, that's how fast crypto can move and change directions. So again, if you believe in a crypto, if you believe in an altcoin right now, if you're long on it, if you understand their technology, if you understand their staying power, and you think they're going to be here forever, okay, now's the time to be loading up on your name. Look at that. Chainlink flipped green today. All the bears getting crushed right now. Okay, doom and gloom down here. It's all doomy. Again, we're in despair, folks. This is it. I mean, you can't make this up, right? This is despair, right? Despair is when you go down from $28 to $9. Okay, if you were buying with us, you were buying back here in April. If you were selling with us, you were selling up here. We are now buying again down here in these areas. Okay, because that's just what we do. We go off the data. We don't listen to Twitter or anybody else. Okay, we are listening to the charts. We are listening to the data. Yeah, PayPal, no hope. Exactly. I mean, there's always hope, right? There's always hope. But that kind of sentiment, right, makes you want to buy. What else we got? Yeah, waiting for confirmation is the best thing you can do. That is the best thing you can do for sure. XRP. Still hanging out here at 150, man. It's just hanging on by a thread here. Getting some buyers stepping in here. Again, we're just waiting for the next signal. We got a signal right here at 170. It's down 10 cents. Everyone's freaking out. All we're doing is waiting for the next green dot. That's it. Like MZ said, wait for confirmation. Okay, AMD ain't moving. AMD's not moving. SMCI's not moving. I haven't seen any news about their stock. So just waiting on that. Let's look at more of these requests over here, huh? Robinhood. Robinhood, we just need the signal. Okay, that thing's a falling knife right now, though, so I would be careful. That's had a massive run up. Again, we don't want to buy when everyone's excited up here. We want to buy when people are not excited. So this thing's a falling knife. I want to buy Robinhood at like $60. That's where I'd want to buy Robinhood. If it can get down there, I would love that. But ultimately, what we could do, like MZ said, is wait for confirmation. Just wait for the signal. We don't have to guess where the bottom is. We can just wait for the indicator to tell us, just like it did back here in November of 2023 when we went from 7 all the way up here to 155. Now seems like a lot of buyers stepped in today. Oops, that's Snow. You're talking about Now, Service Now. I wouldn't say so, but it's down here at 109. Just needing that confirmation for a place to average down. CMG. CMG had a nice bounce here off of its dot down there at 30. It's green on the monthly. Oh, it's sold off. This had earnings today. It's selling off right now. They had earnings. Selling off there. Can you show me how your Discord works? Yeah. Yeah, so when you guys join the Discord, right, it's first off, it's free to join. You can join. There's a link that's pinned to the chat right now and down in the description. So it's free to join. Right, you get access to the free course, right, all the trading apps, everything that we use here. I trade crypto on Coinbase. I trade stocks on Robinhood. I look at charts on TradingView. TradingView is just this platform that we use here. So this is the website, right, tradingview.com. And then we use these indicators. You guys can download the indicators over here under the Trading Indicator tab. This is like the onboarding section, so this is what to do first. Pretty much read our rules, watch our course, get the indicator. Okay, watch the trading course, learn the strategy, so on and so forth. So that's right, all free stuff. You also get access to news and the Fear and Greed Index and the top movers and losers every day. The latest videos. This is just all the latest episodes. We're live here Monday through Friday, so you can just always watch the replay if you miss a live stream over here in the latest tab. The charts. These are just videos I post every day on YouTube. These are like shorter term videos. They're not like an hour or 2 hours long like these live streams. They're just little mini reels and TikToks that you can watch. The cheat sheet is obviously the psychology of the market. We try to study this and understand this as much as possible. You got support chat. Support chat just kind of gives you an idea on of where you can get support. So you can get support from me and from our team over here. Scam report, I will never add you as a friend or message you. You can see this guy was trying to scam somebody here. I will never send you a DM first. I will never, add you as a friend. You can see he's sending a friend request. I don't know who this scumbag is, but he's a scumbag. And there's a lot of scumbags out there. So just be aware, right? Don't get scammed. Scam report, if you see something fishy, just put it over here in the chat and someone will take care of it. And then the FAQ, these are just frequently asked questions. And then down here's our member section. So in the member section is where you're going to see all the signals. Okay, we call out the monthly alerts. The green dots are our buy signals, right? The weekly alerts, the daily alerts, the 4-hour alerts, the daily alerts. So anytime you guys say, oh, you didn't call it out, it's called out here in the Discord. It's impossible for me to make videos on every signal. I try to give you guys my favorite ones, but these are all called out in real time. So you guys see those popping off in real time. The sell signals and the buy signals under the trader dot. So how to trade each signal, how we approach it, right? We're 1 to 6 months out. That is our strategy. We're not day trading. So we have to wait a minimum of 6 months to let our trades play out. So that's the trade alert section. You guys get all those indicators or all those indications. And then the members area, this is also part of the members area. You come here to become a member tab. That will get you access to all this stuff. So if you don't see this, if you're in the Discord, it's because you're not a member. So the membership is only currently $4 a month if you pay for the year in full. And that's pretty much going to get you access to all of this, right? We got our member chat here. We drop a weekly watch list. If you come over here and click on this, these are all the favorites from last week. We go over this every Friday here, but you guys are able to copy this watch list over here in your TradingView account, and you guys can be looking at the same names that we're looking at. That's a watch list we drop every Friday. The research tool, so this allows you to research any stock or cryptocurrency. So if you type in /info, and then you type in the stock. So if I type in, let's just say Bitcoin, I'll just put BTC. That's terrible. Let's type in Bitcoin here. There's a bunch of ETFs. So type in /info. I'm just going to do Apple. So you type in /info, hit enter, and then you type in Apple, the ticker, which is APP, or is Apple. It's because I'm doing a demonstration. This thing's being stupid. Wow, what the heck, man? /info Amazon, AMZN, thank you. Okay, hit enter, and you can see it pretty much tells you exactly what it is and what it does, right? Amazon, well, that wasn't the Amazon common stock. There we go. Now, for some reason, it doesn't want to, wow, I've never had issues with this before. Amazon common stock. Interesting. It only wants to pull the bearish. That's weird as hell. BTC. Let's just go to Bitcoin here. Stupid. So this thing right here will tell you exactly what it does, right? It'll tell you what it does. It'll tell you its market cap, the total volume, what it's ranked, the total supply, the circulating supply, the current price, so on and so forth. So it's an easy way if you don't know what something is. You just type in /info, enter. I'll type in MSTR here, MicroStrategy, and you can see it's a stock that is predominant business intelligence company that specializes in providing robust analytics solutions. The company's primary function is to offer enterprise analytics to mobility software. So you could see where it's located, you could see what it does, you could see the market cap, so on and so forth, how many employees they have. It's just a good way to do your fundamental analysis if you don't know what something is. Overkill alerts, it's the same thing. These are like all my favorite picks each and every day. You guys get access to that. Spartan trades, this is just other people trading in over here. Other Spartans, other members sharing their trades. Chart requests, we open up this chart request thread once a week, and you can put your chart requests in. That's what we answer on our chart request videos. I didn't do a whole lot of chart requests today simply just because the state of the market right now, but we will be answering more of these in tomorrow's video and Thursday's video. So you guys have the opportunity to drop requests over there, and we cover these on the live streams throughout the throughout the week. And then overkill trades, these are just my trades over here. You can see I took that position in the semiconductor short here. Today I doubled my position. I sold the silver short and went over here, and then we also have giveaways. So that's just kind of a brief overview of everything. But the cool thing is just being connected with the community, being around other like-minded investors, holding each other accountable, so on and so forth. We have around 4,000 people, I believe, now. And again, you can sign up by clicking on this link in the Become a Member tab. It's $4 a month if you want to join, if you pay for the year in full. So that's where we're at. Let's see here. SMCI, pretty unmoved. Pretty unmoved on SMCI, and it looks like AMD has crapped the bed. So AMD is going down. That is great for our SOXS stock, or our short today. Bada bing, bada boom. See how it's up now? It's up after hours, after AMD is selling off. So like I said, when chips sell off, SOXS goes up, and AMD is selling off here, it looks like, on an earnings miss. So we should have shorted this one. I don't know that SMCI has reported yet. If you guys see it, let me know. But I did buy those puts there into the close just in case SMCI does take a PayPal on us today. Take a PayPal. I meant take a dump. Same thing. What else we got? I'm going to leave it there, folks. I'm going to go get some lunch. SMCI doesn't seem to have reported yet. You can keep your eye on this, but this is pretty much what I'm watching here after hours. I did take a short position on it. I do have the stock as well. So this short position is just a hedge to the downside in case it does sell off here. So you just got to wait till they announce their earnings until they release them again. AMD is selling off on their earnings here, which is a good, because again, we shorted SOXS today. So we doubled down on it at least. So NVIDIA is probably down here after hours. Yeah, probably down after hours, so on and so forth. So that's it for today, folks. Again, hold the line, folks. Markets can't go down forever, right? We're doing the right thing right now by just holding, doing nothing. The best investors can do nothing for a long period of time. Okay, we're down here. This is not a time to panic and sell and make a rash decision. It is time to hold or continue to add to your bags as time goes on, as we go down. We can all agree we're down here, right? We know that. Okay, when we look at some of these names and where they've gone, right? Ethereum's down from the top, 5,000 down here to 2,000 is over a 60% drop. 60% down is capitulation. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. That is capitulation. Okay, when you're down 60% since August. August, September, November. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 7 months of going down. We were cashing out. Okay, we have the receipts. We sold all of our Ethereum up here. We sold all of our Chainlink up here. Okay, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because this is our strategy. Okay, we are planting seeds down here. This is when we are in despair. Okay, it feels stupid to keep buying down here, but this is how money is made in the markets. You listen to any investor, they'll tell you they were buying when people were scared and running for the hills. That's how they made money. So again, we want to buy at discounts. We don't want to buy when things are expensive. My general rule is if they're already talking about it, you're too late. Okay, if they're already talking about it, if they're already asking about it, you're too late to the party. You want to buy when no one's excited. Nobody. Okay, not you, not me, not anybody. Okay, that's when we want to buy. We don't want to buy when everyone's hooping and hollering, having a good time, dancing around the campfire. Okay, that's not time to load up, because that's up here, right? That's when we go parabolic. We want to buy when we go down to the floor. So I'll leave it there, folks. We'll be answering more chart requests from you guys tomorrow, so tune in for the stream. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of the afternoon. If you guys need me, hit me up over here inside of the Discord. And have a blessed evening. Peace.